Mount Edgecombe Country Club was the stage for the 2021 edition of the Canon KZN Disabled Open. South Africa's best golfers from around the country gathered in late August with a host of titles on the line. The tournament was the first leg of the newly structured Canon SA Disabled Golf Open, hosted by the South African Disabled Golf Association. Played over 2 rounds per tournament, the series of 4 regional opens will culminate with the final Champion of Champions event. The Width is an 18-hole championship course consistently ranked inside South Africa's top 100 golf courses. The Parkland layout presents a challenging yet enjoyable golfing experience. With very little competitive golf played over the last 18 months, competitors were primed and ready. With the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic forcing the cancellation of last year's event, it was key for tournament organizers to create a safe and secure environment for everyone involved. The tournament will be played over 5 legs in Durban, Gqeberha, Cape Town and Gauteng.
Well, with the outbreak of COVID-19, it created a challenge for all sporting codes worldwide, I would say. But it also created a unique opportunity to rethink how we look at the Canon SA Disabled Open. And it was birthed out of necessity and making sure that we do what we like to do, is give the golfers the opportunity to participate. Safety of our players is the biggest priority for us as an organization. And again, with COVID-19, it created a unique set of rules that we had to adhere to. But we were never in doubt that we could pull this off. We've got a great team under the leadership of Lily Reich. And yes, we had a lot of things that we had to consider from a social distancing point of view, big emphasis on safety, still being able to compete. But with a great team in place, we're all guns blazing and happy with the opportunity.
Rules at tournaments for disabled players have been modified. The R&A, one of the sport's global governing bodies, says this allows a player with a disability to play fairly with players who have no disabilities, the same disability, or different types of disabilities.
There are a few considerations you need to make when setting up a course for the disabled. One of it is accessibility of tee boxes. You know, you have your guys with artificial limbs. You need to ensure that they can assess tee boxes. You need to look at your pin placements, bunkers, etc., to ensure that you have a fair and equitable course for everyone playing on a specific tournament. There are a few rules that are modified, ensured by the R&A, to ensure that golfers with disabilities can play the game as you and I do. Let me just dispel one myth quickly. When you look at a disabled golfer with a handicap of, let's say, 12, he is exactly the same ability as a other player in South Africa with a handicap of 12. And all rules apply to him, except that some modifications, especially when we get to blind players, they're allowed a guide, they're allowed to be lined up, they're allowed to touch the ball in the sand when they're playing in a bunker. And you have other issues with players with mobility, where there are certain rules that allow them to do other things than a player would normally do in a bunker, to access it or to get out of a bunker.
Competitors were greeted by pristine conditions, but what would it take to win over 36 holes?
Well, following the cancellation of the event from last year, this year's been fantastic. We've got the golf course in pristine condition, and we've been very fortunate that we've had rain come through May, come through June, come through July. So the golf course is still pristine. I think in order to win this week, you'd probably need to make sure that you hit the ball pretty straight. You know, it's pretty tree-lined. It's very much of a parkland golf course. The greens are pretty small as well, so it's important to hit it on the fairways. If you don't hit it on the fairway, you're going to be coming out of the rough, which means you're going to really be struggling to get it on the greens, because the greens are tiny. But I think ball striking is probably going to be the key this week. You know, if you can hit it straight, you can get it on the green. You know, the greens are really good, so the putting should be easy.
On day 1, Trevor Rach got off to an excellent start, carding a 78 to top the leaderboard in the Canon KZN Disabled Open. He closed with a birdie on the par 4 18th for a 2-shot lead over Jan Potgieter and Robin Singh. Meanwhile, among the physically disabled golfers, leg amputee Craig Morgas made a promising start. His 35 points gave him a 2-point lead heading into the final round over fellow leg amputee Ian Gillink. JJ Botha, who is now based in the United States, signed for an 88, a commanding 5-shot lead over Charles Williams. In the deaf Stableford category, Shannon van der Berg scored 29 points to surge 11 clear of second-place Sfiso Ndwebu. While the more seasoned players made their presence felt on the leaderboard, the competition also provides an opportunity for up-and-coming golfers. SACTA's First Swing program is designed to introduce disabled children to the sport.
I've got 2 players currently that are participating in this event, Sfiso and Timbalani, who come from the FSP program. They were based at KwaZulu. It's their first time playing in the main event. They've played the inter-schools. It's a good experience for him. I've watched some they played in a couple of holes, and I've watched. There were nerves, but it's a learning experience for them. I'm sure they'll do well in the next events since we've got, it's a series and we've got 3 more events that are coming. So yeah, hopefully they'll do well in the upcoming events.
Following an impressive first round, Rach was determined to hold on to his lead, but untimely setbacks and consistent golf by Singh and Namibia's Chris Wood saw them leap above him. The Durban-based golfer would eventually emerge victorious after he defeated Wood on the first extra hole in a thrilling playoff. Intimate knowledge of the local conditions played a big part in Singh holding his nerve to claim the title.
The local knowledge really helps you, especially when it's like today, when you know how to play it, because if you haven't played in this course in the windy weather, you're definitely going to get lost. So that helped me a bit, where I had to ease in an extra club. So the local knowledge is always been good. I was quite nervous actually. The whole round I was quite nervous. It's the first time that I've been nervous. Normally I don't get nervous, and I had to make up and down to make par to play in the playoff. And so we headed off to the playoff, and unfortunately I didn't have a decent drive, nor a second. But when Chris put it into the water, it actually gave me a bit of hope, and then I pitched my pitch went right over the green, and my caddy said to me, left edge, and that's what I played it, and it just went in. I must thank my caddy all round. He's been more the golfer than I did.
Morgas knew his slender 2-point lead after the first round would need reinforcing. Calm and collected throughout, he built on his advantage, matching his first round of 35 points to earn a comfortable 7-point victory over KZN's Gillink. The experienced Morgas said the Stableford format title ranked among his biggest achievements in the game.
This being an individual, all my other accolades are team sports. This being the individual, it ranks right up there amongst most of my other achievements. It was tough trying to get out of my head and just play my game, and I think when I did, that's when I played really well, or consistent, and what brought the points in. I want to build on this. It would be nice to continue the winning streak, and it's a good challenge for me. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep on winning and try and win all 4. Let's see if I can make that an outcome of this whole thing.
In the deaf stroke play category, First Swing program elite squad golfer Charles Williams carded a commendable second round 80. It still left him 6 shots off the pace, however, with Botha signing for an impressive 79.
To be honest, I feel happy because a few days ago I was jet lagged, coming from a 16-hour flight. So yes, it's a great return to come to South Africa to win it on my first attempt. I'm ecstatic, to be honest. I will actually say my opponent has been the aspect of my game, because Charles Williams actually kept me on my edge for the entire 2 rounds. Yes, we made some mistakes, but he did keep me on my edge.
Botha spoke openly about the challenges disabled golfers face on the course. Golfers who participate in deaf golf competitions are not allowed to wear hearing aids to eliminate any advantage they may receive.
An able-bodied person can play without having to worry about being disabled. However, for a physically disabled, or person that is hard of hearing or deaf, it's completely different, because the challenges that we face is not the same. It's, I would say, about 10 times harder especially for me, having to do it for the first time a few months back, playing without my hearing aid was a new challenge that I had to overcome before coming to South Africa to play in this prestigious event.
Shannon van der Berg earned top honours in the Deaf Stableford category. After his opening round of 29 points, he went 5 points better for a commanding win over Mdwebu.
Wow, surprise. Ik ben weer spirit. Try my best. Yeah, overweight. Today, yes, was nervous. When the first tee off, when he hit the ball, after that confident. I'm a very speechless. Like, we need more motivation. We need one more day to play.
The series next moves to Cape Town and culminates at the Swartkop Country Club in November with the Champion of Champions event.
Gives them 4 opportunities to qualify. It also gives them the opportunity potentially to win what they could see as a local event for them. So overall, the players have been very excited about the opportunity.
The Durban leg of the competition was made possible by locally based business Watches Unlimited. Their affiliation with the tournament began over a decade ago, and after cancelled tournaments in 2019 due to bad weather and last year due to the pandemic, they were delighted to see it return.
SAGDA has given such wonderful opportunities to so many who would previously not have been able to even think about the world of golf. And it's just a medium to expand the world of golf and to give so many hope and encouragement. The affiliation between Watches Unlimited and SAGDA began approximately 15 years ago when my son Emil was advised to take up golf as part of his therapy. And then we were introduced to somebody who was affiliated to South African Disabled Golf. And I think the rest is history. We joined the organization. He's been playing ever since.
With limited competitive golf played over the past 18 months due to the pandemic, Coach Msamango is grateful for the opportunities provided by SAGDA.
I just want to thank the KZN Golf Union for the continued support that they're giving us on a yearly basis. What they've done, I mean, it's beyond words. They've done a lot in terms of the support, the equipment we get, the finance that we get from them. I mean, we've got 3 indoor facilities that we have that assist mostly with the FSP program. I don't want to single any individual, but the whole KZN executive has actually assisted. There's no word that can describe actually what they've done for us. So, yeah.
After an exciting start to the series, the second leg in Cape Town beckons, where King David Mulberry Golf Club will play host to the City of Cape Town Disabled Golf Open.